Peace tribe, welcome back. This is Native Soul. You already know. Last week I talked about my ayahuasca journey that's in Costa Rica. So if you still want to find out more about the past life that I saw and the trauma that I'm healing from, check out that video. The link is in description. And besides that, I just wanted to use this episode to talk a little bit about where I am right now, post ayahuasca trip, took like 2 7-gram mushroom trips, and I didn't share those trips with you all just because I'm honestly still processing, and I think it's important for people to go into the integration phase. And for those who don't know what the integration phase is after you take medicine journeys, it's very, very essential to go ahead and process things, because we see the unexplainable, we feel and hear and sense and remember all these different things that come up. And if we just
move on to the next thing and move on to the next thing and just keep going, or even stack up on medicine trips back to back together,
I personally don't see it being beneficial. You need that time and that space to process things, and this goes with any big situation that happens in life. It's okay to slow down, to pause, to take a break. So that's what I've been doing in this November month, which I've been calling No BS November. I've been taking a chill pill. Well, not even any pills, honestly, nothing. I haven't smoked weed. I haven't even microdosed mushrooms. I haven't done any medicines. I did do hape, also known as rape, which is an ancient plant medicine from the Amazon, where it's just tobacco. It's sacred tobacco, and it's crushed up with a bunch of other herbs and twigs and dirt in the area along with that tobacco, and it's actually 9 times stronger than the regular cigarettes that people smoke. I've not smoked cigarettes, nor do I plan to, but this sacred tobacco helps clear your energy centers out, sometimes depending on the strength of it and the sensitivity of the person and the type of hape/rape. One could enter into a trance with the divine. It helps connect you to ancestors, but it's nothing psychedelic. You're not seeing things and stuff, at least from my experience, but it does help ground you. It clears you out physically as well. If you need to, some people do throw up. It's not common to throw up on hape, but people do. I remember one time I took a really, really strong dose of hape administered by this other medicine woman who lives in Oaxaca right now, but she is from here in Detroit. We're connected to the same medicine lineage through Baba Kalindi E. If you don't know who that is, he's a legendary leader, and he was just a pioneer and is a pioneer for the psychedelic movement, specifically with mushrooms, starting in Detroit, and his work branched out to the world. So definitely check him out. He rests in power. He's definitely a prevalent figure in the psychedelic community, especially when it comes to healing and exploration with higher doses. This man would take 40-50 grams of mushrooms. I'm very close with his family and his wife. She's a mother to me, and so shout out to her. Much love. But yeah, I remember I took a really strong dose of hape and I went straight to the toilet. And it was great. It was so clearing, and it's common to feel kind of shaky sometimes with it too, because it is a stimulant. It's like caffeine, a caffeine type feel to it, but not so much. I don't know, everybody's different, but that's just my experience. I don't even drink coffee because that's a lot for me. Caffeine is a drug. Don't do drugs, kids. Besides that, I've been taking a break from any type of hallucinogenic medicines, earth medicines, because it's important for me to ground during this season. I've been around a lot of different energies, both on this earthly plane and in other dimensions, and it is necessary, y'all, to just be present here on Mother Earth. It's such a beautiful planet. It's such a beautiful life, and just taking all that in. I'm not rushing anything. I know my path. I know that I'm here to be a medicine woman, what some people will call a shaman. And with that being said, I have to be very conscious of the speed of things, be intuitively tapped into like when I'm supposed to be taking a medicine journey, and whether that's an individual medicine journey with a sitter or without a sitter, and or if I'm just like gonna be holding retreats. And which is cool because I'm having an all women's retreat in January, so that's gonna be super healing. We're gonna do a lot of healing in the womb space, yoni steams, like talking about the divine feminine, having a mushroom ceremony, having cacao. Cacao is not like moo, like the cow. Cacao is also a beautiful sacred medicine that's found in different parts of the world. Even there was some in Costa Rica when I went. We had shared cacao with the Bree tribe. It was so beautiful. Cacao is like the purest form of chocolate, of cocoa, but it's unprocessed, and it's like 100% cocoa, so it's cacao. It's spelled differently, and it opens up the heart space, and it also brings circulation through the body and through the heart. Really good for your cardiovascular system. And there's just so many beautiful plant medicines and fungal medicines that the divine has gifted us, and I respect them. I have a deep reverence for the medicine, and I also realize that it's okay to chill out, to take a break. So that's really what I've been doing. I've been relearning how to be with myself when I'm alone, especially because now like my senses are heightened. Like my spiritual gifts are becoming stronger. And at first it was like really jarring and overwhelming to be able to like sense different energies in the room, like not even just like of people, but of spirits, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's just the heat. The heat's about to come on. I was like, whoa, there we go. Perfect timing. Is it a coincidence? I think not. I sense, like when my ancestors are around, when other entities are around, I'm really good at like just knowing when things are about to happen. I can read people's thoughts sometimes. That was happening before I took the 7 grams of mushrooms, but it's definitely been increasing, like just my gifts. And I honestly was feeling kind of overwhelmed. Like I felt very jarred by the experience because now I'm sensing things, and these are gifts though. But at first I was seeing them as burdens and was like,
why me? Why do I feel and hear and see, blah, blah, blah.
And it's like, these are gifts that can be used not only in ceremony, but outside of ceremony. Like just being an instrument of the Most High, being an instrument of the Great Spirit, a channel in order to bring people to where they need to be. Because a lot of times, even in ceremonial journeys, like people get stuck. And as a medicine woman, as a guide, I'm there to help people through the labyrinth of their mind. Because like when I'm on the medicine, like on mushrooms, I can approach somebody and I know exactly what is already happening with them. I can sense what they're going through, what's in their body, if they're dealing with some type of spirit or even like a generational curse that needs to be broken off of them. Like I'm there to help and command my voice, command my energy to help them release whatever is holding them back. And it's just been a super interesting, humbling journey of this heightened awareness that's happening. And I feel right now like Spider-Man or just like any superhero that is awakening to their gifts and they're finding out all these things about themselves and like, oh, my spidey sense, like it does this when this is around. And like that's the same thing for me. Like I feel certain things in my body, and that's where like, oh, I know that this is a guide, or this is somebody's relative trying to come through, or like it's a lot. Mediumship is a lot, channeling is a lot. I didn't know that my path was gonna go this way, or subconsciously I did know, but consciously I did not. So now I see it, and it makes so much sense though too. So even with the Spider-Man analogy, I feel kind of clumsy. You know, superheroes are pretty clumsy when they find out their gifts, and they're like tumbling all over the place, and a web shoots out involuntarily, like over here, and things are getting tangled up in your own web. You're getting tangled up in your own web, and you're like falling out of the sky if you're like learning how to fly, and you're crashing into buildings. Like bruh, that's what it has felt for me. And I just, every single time I like ask the divine, like, what's going on, if I tap into like oracle cards or whatnot, like the same message has been coming up. Like, I'm on the right path, I can relax, I'm making a bigger deal than what it is, like the darkness of it, like the heaviness of it. I was exacerbating it, and instead it's okay to just chill out. It's okay to be around community, and it's also necessary to be alone sometimes. And so that's what I'm doing right now. My roommate, she hasn't been back for 2 days, just like, you know what I'm saying? She's fine. She's, you know, everybody has their own journey. It's just interesting that around that same time, it's like spirit keeps encouraging me to be by myself, to tap back in, and to just relearn how to be. Yeah. So that's my little vlog. That's an update for what's happening right now. Kind of like talking about what's going on in my life, and because that is a way to teach. I think sometimes I feel pressured to like bring out the freaking whiteboard and dry erase marker and be like, this is what this means, and blah, 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 like very scientific, but also I just want to like talk to people. And if anybody needs any type of support, or you feel like you could support me during this time where all this stuff is happening around me and within me, I would love to speak to you. You can DM me on Instagram at _yearofjubilee_. Again, I'm Native Soul. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I will make another video again when I feel led. But yeah, I appreciate you all, and thanks for listening. Much love.